One of the danger spots in any college football season. Ranked team against unranked opponent. And we'll see if the upset can shake up the rankings in this one. Welcome to Austin, Texas, and DKR, home of the Texas Longhorns. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Duke Blue Devils, taking on the #1 team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Longhorns will kick it away to start us off. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. Bring it out to the 25. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. They go to the ground. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Looking to fire. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up, got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big game.
Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on third down in DKR. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
Just got to wonder, too, guys, if the crowd didn't impact the offense. They're playing on the road on the first third down of this football game. Incomplete. The idea here, I think, just punt it away and see if you can regroup, because this environment is hostile.
They punted away on fourth down. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Looking to pass. It's Manning. He's going to fire deep. Oh, he dropped it. And what a missed opportunity early in this football game.
This defensive coaching staff, they love their secondary, and they love the matchups they have. They believe they've got 5 guys at least back there that can cover one-on-one. You saw a great example of it there on 3rd down, forcing the incompletion.
Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. From the gun, wants to pass. Zings it complete to the right. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the 1st down. The Longhorns want to crank the tempo.
You coming into this game, if they throw completions and get 1st downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go faster, seeing it here.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Gonna let it fly. He caught it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Longhorns. Smokey the Cannon, not the only one using explosives around here, and it has electrified this Longhorn crowd.
I mean, coming out on point, coming out dissecting the defense, scoring early in front of this crowd. You know good and well, all these fans love their school. Texas has got so much pride. This gets them going early.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking downfield on 1st down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. This time it's complete. Oh, a lot of space. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down.
Zone coverage means everybody's looking at the quarterback. So now, when I'm a wide receiver, I got to make sure I know I fit in the hole between these zones. I know where they're dropping to, and I know where I need to get to. Great job by the wide receiver finding that hole, and the quarterback throwing a strike.
Got it behind the line. It's Moore. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to running back, closing space and getting that fast dude on the ground.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. The short hands, it's Anthony. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
DKR heating up and trying to make 3rd down impossible here. They just keep firing. Under fire. Caught in the backfield, it's Kane. Inside the 40-yard line and out of bounds at the 39.
Yeah, and obviously great play by the offense to keep the drive alive, and also a good find by the quarterback on 3rd down.
The Blue Devils are rolling down the field. Wants to throw on 1st down. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, the offense is in that fringe area. This is a place where a lot of coordinators like to take shots. They tried one there, just weren't able to come up with it.
So now it's 2nd and long. He wants to change this route. Trying to hit the sideline on the right. Knocked down at the 35 after a pickup of 3.
You know, these little 1 to 2, 3-yard gains early, they're like body blows in a boxing match, and those gains become 10, 12, 15-yarders as the game goes on, and they wear this defense down.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. He'll set up to throw. Grabbed behind the line. It's Moore. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the 1st down.
And this is why checkdowns are so big. There's a lot of quarterbacks in these types of situations on 3rd down. They just want to make the home run, highlight-type throw. But a nice job being poised and making a good decision, checking it down to the running back here to help your offense out.
And the Blue Devils will snap it on 1st and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking for a gap. It's Castle.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add them down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. From the gun, the running back has it. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play.
And on that play on the RPO, they had the look they wanted, but up front, they just could not get the job done. You see linemen losing their one-on-one battles. There was nowhere for that running back to go.
They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Catch in the middle, it's Anthony. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the 1st down. Reads it, fires complete. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
Our coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll test the right side. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that.
Not so fast. You think it's going to be automatic, 2nd and short. They're just going to turn around and hand it off. But how about the penetration up front defensively, shutting that play down?
Yeah, and if your defense wants to be aggressive, well, that's fine. 3rd and short, I still got 4th down as well, so don't be afraid to be aggressive on those and play action, because defense a lot of times really expects run, and it can take some big shots in man coverage down the field.
And the field goal unit is on the field. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. And it's right down the boulevard. That'll bring him to within 4.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
He'll call for the fair catch here. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking downfield, it's Manning. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Catch inside the 25. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. moving quickly to the line. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. They get him down to this offensive setup. First and goal from the 9. The offense threatening. Close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. And it's picked off at the goal line. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. Never a good time for a turnover, but it always seems a little worse when you're about to knock on the door of the end zone.
No doubt about it. And it's this area of the field, Reese, where your execution really has to be great. Because down in the red zone, the windows to throw into it for a quarterback, they're smaller and they close a lot quicker. So you really have to be on the same page as your wide receiver. And that time, the offensive QB simply couldn't.
And sticking to the run. I tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
Got 3 on first down and 2nd and 7. A designed run for the quarterback. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on 3rd down in DKR. From the gun, wants to pass. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
Great job up front on this pass rush. Defense in a dime personnel grouping. They've got 6 DBs on the field. They're expecting pass, so they're going to have to win with 4 guys. And they're 4-1. They got the job done.
They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. Knocked down at the 44, but he got 15 on that one. Breaking up a drive like that can really get you going. It's first down from the 44. The give out of the gun. And he broke 1 tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. The Longhorns in the hurry-up.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. Dragged down, but they'll move the 6 for a first down. And the Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs.
Great job by the offense, understanding where the sticks are. And look, they got the first down, and they're like, all right, let's crank this tempo up now. We got first down. Let's go fast.
Wants to throw. It's Manning. Bringing the heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
I don't care how talented you are as a quarterback, but your accuracy always goes down when you get hit. Nice job by the QB scrambling, working to his right, but he wasn't completing that pass with that pressure.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Finding an escape route. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. The give. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. They want to throw it. He's got him in the flat. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. And he'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. And this one is perfect. Now up by 7 points here in the 2nd. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. The give to the back. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be. Nowhere to run.
Didn't get much on 1st down and 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Here comes the heat. And the heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line.
I think if you're the quarterback moving forward, you need to start thinking about hot routes to your tight ends and to your running backs because of this outside linebacker. He's a guy that has shown the knack to get after the QB. When he comes blitzing, you need to have an outlet throw in your back pocket.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the 1st. The Blue Devils will punt this one away. They'll look to pin him deep. Catches it cleanly at the 20. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Looking for a huge play. Snags it at the 30, still running. Touchdown, Texas! Once he got some room, it was over.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Looking to throw on first down. Oh, he wants it all. Grabs it at the 25 in stride.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on first down in the red zone.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Here's the pressure. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd down, going up top. Pocket breaking down. Got it in the middle, it's more. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the field goal unit will stay put as the head coach decides to go for it on 4th down. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. And he'll try to keep that smooth leg swing going for the 2nd time today, this one from 34 yards out. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Off from the shotgun. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. The Longhorns are in the hurry-up. They're testing the right side here. Got the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. The defense calls the timeout. They're 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. Let's see how successful they'll be on 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. Up-tempo for the offense. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. The Longhorns line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to bully their way for the first. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. And the Longhorns will have it 1st and 10.
QB spikes the ball and the clock is stopped. No gain on the play. 2nd down coming up.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. He'll do it himself. Plows through the defense. He'll go out of bounds, but a solid pickup on the run. The Longhorns come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll try to run for it. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Would have just been a 49-yard field goal try, but they're hungry for touchdowns, so they'll try to move the chains on 4th and short. Needs it to keep this drive alive. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They'll send out the kicker here. After finishing a drive with a field goal earlier, this one will be a 33-yard attempt. Dead center perfect. And that lead grows even bigger.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The offense has had enough. They'll take a knee and wrap up this first half. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll send the back in motion. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
They'll run it from the gun. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Hand off from the gun. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back back-to-back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field. This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
And run the football, you're ahead, you can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense. That's a really good stop by the defense. Jesse, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend-don't-break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
Motion from the wide receiver. Got it in the middle. It's Wingo. Touchdown, Longhorn! And they add 6 more on the board with that trip to the house.
Yards after catch. That's what this guy gives you. That was a simple slant pass. He caught it, made guys miss, showed you the speed, and it was pay dirt from there. What can you say about this guy's athleticism, man? He is such a weapon.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the air on first down. Here's a heat. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game, so they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football.
Man, this quarterback is going to need an ice bath when this game is over because he is getting whacked. We've seen him go down. He's been sacked time and time again. He just got nailed another time on that last play. He can't wait for this game to be over.
They'll move the tight end. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. He was thinking big return, didn't get that, but boy, did he give his offense an opportunity at the 31.
A really nice job by the linebacker there, understanding his responsibilities in that coverage. That's a cover 2 look, so there's 2 safeties playing deep, but the linebacker knows there's nobody underneath him keeping him close to the line of scrimmage, so he can kind of float back a little bit, watch the QB's eyes, jump the throw, and make the pick.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Black 24. Black 24.
To the air, it's Manning. Throws to the back. And the completion to the sideline. A solid pickup, but not enough for the first down.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
And they needed an inch, and they didn't get it. This defense gives up nothing, and you'll like it. I'm not sure this was ever a real decision. They'll go for it on 4th and inches. Tries to get it on the ground. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line. You know, some people think it's a gamble, but sometimes it's really not. It's just a smart play to go for it on 4th down.
One thing you know is you're only going to have so many possessions. So the more you punt, the more you give it up. Obviously, you're not going to score, and the field position game is kind of going out the window. So, yes, you definitely go for it more, and you've seen more success, and you've seen more points than ever.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Motion from the wideout. They'll go to the ground. Brought down after keeping those powerful legs moving, getting all he could. He'll be a few inches short.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
He did not make it a stone wall on third down.
No gain on the play. Now, a fourth down.
And the Longhorns will go for it here on fourth down. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. Touchdown, Texas! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Yeah, how about the design of the play? Doing a great job. Get it to your man, your running back, now turn receiver in space, and let him do damage. Let him catch the football. He can do the rest. Be that special player in space that you know he is, and get into the end zone.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they tacked on the extra point. So they only had to move the ball 30 yards on the drive. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they built this sizable lead.
Texas.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Makes the grab on the left. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Looking deep. Snags it inside the 20. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Caught near the sideline, it's Moore.
Well, I like the idea by the quarterback on that throw. He's just trying. Spit it out to the perimeter quickly and give this guy a chance to advance it, but the accuracy was terrible. That was a circus-type catch for 0 gain.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Gonna look downfield again. He's got it on the move. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Well, a great job making the tackle there. Now setting up 3rd down in your own red zone. This is a stop you have to come up with. You want to give up field goals in this area of the field, not touchdowns.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Might be looking to run. Grab near the sticks. It's Kane. Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. A tough 3rd down spot here. Field is condensed. Ball is at the 10-yard line. He'll take it himself. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move. Going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal.
And they just keep inching closer to the goal line. They go for it on 4th down. You get it. You're now finding yourself even closer. This is a place where you'd love to be able to just line up, run the football, get north, and score a touchdown.
Tight end in motion. See how the D reacts. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the third quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
And on offense, you know this is 4-down territory. You have to come away with a touchdown. You're getting boat raced in this game right now. You're going to have to make this possession count.
Yeah, definitely because of the slow start, now putting yourself behind the 8 ball. I think this offense is going to have to be aggressive the rest of the game.
Looking for the goal line. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
All right, they get the completion. Don't get the first down. So we've got a massive decision now, 4th and inches. Personally, I like QB sneak. I think that picks it up right here. No matter where you are in the field, you can keep this drive going.
Trailing by multiple possessions in the third and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on 4th down. Incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Going over the top. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke, and he stopped for a short gain. After swapping ends of the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. Back to throw, it's Manning. Finds his man in the middle. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
It's all about critical downs and distances on defense. You want to be great unit defensively, you've got to be good on 3rd down and in the red zone. For this defense giving up a 3rd down like that, that is just a gut.
That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
Tight end now in motion. Off the RPO, complete. He's loose. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. And with that one, he's now over 3 bills for the game.
And there's 2 reasons why, Reese. He's made good decisions, and he's been accurate throwing the football all game long.
Quick release by the QB. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. Good, solid pickup on that play. The Longhorns can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep running the football. Everything is going according to plan right now. They've been able to stay on the field. They put some nice plays together back to back to back, and they're bleeding the clock. This is exactly what you practice for situations like this. Just keep doing what you're doing.
And if this offense can keep that rolling, if they can keep the physical ground game and continue to add these plays up as they go along, long drives, eat the clock with the lead, this coach will be ecstatic.
Back to throw, it's Manning. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Caught over the middle, it's Moore. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. After coming up with back-to-back explosive plays, here they are, 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown! down Longhorn. And they take it in for 6 more points.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the Oak.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive.
Texas.
He'll bring it out. It's Moore. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. They are backed up, tough field position. The drive starts from their own 9-yard line. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Rush is on him. They get him down after the scramble, but he's able to pick up a few and turn it into a positive play.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
He's going to run it. Stumbled to the ground.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
They'll snap it from the gun on third down. Under fire. Grabbed over the middle. It's Moore. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
Forced out of the pocket. Slings it downfield. Pulls it in. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
And the Blue Devils have it with a 1st and 10. The run from the shotgun. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
The #1 goal for this defense coming into this game was shut this running back down. And I got to be honest, there were a lot of people on the outside didn't think they could get it done, but they're proving everybody wrong. Tremendous effort. They're playing with a chip on their shoulder. This guy's one of the best in the nation. He's had 0 impact in this game.
Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. He's got it. And he'll take it in for the touchdown. It won't have much impact on the outcome of the game, but it is a fabulous parting gift, a consolation prize, if you will. Nice play there by the offense, but still a ton of ground to make up.
Yeah, this one's pretty much over, but listen, put that exclamation point on it. Finish the way you want to finish. Make sure your offense keeps that momentum going. It can build throughout the season.
Fair catch, called for and made. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They want that clock to run. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. The Longhorns are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. He's going for a big play downfield. He's got it for a big play. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. From inside the 40 at the 37, it's first down. The give on the inside. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch it. Not like when you get beat up. A lot of big plays from this offense.
And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. But, you know, talking to the coaches coming into the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Trying the left side. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. And the Longhorns have taken it inside the 20. They'll leave it with him. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
I think a big key in this team's success today has been their ability to run the football. They've been able to just hand it off and go churn out yards. They've had this defense on their heels all game long. It's given them a big cushion in this game so far. Let's see if they can keep it up.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. And the offense is content with where it is. They'll take a knee. Well, some might think this head coach has a tough locker room speech after this one. I would suggest that he starts with, "That's just bad."
Bad, or as Reese Davis would say, ungood. Just very ungood performance. Flush this one down the toilet, move on. It's not your best day. You lost in ugly fashion, to be honest, but better days ahead.
Now, I think a lot of this has to come on the shoulders of the players. They need to be able to realize they just didn't do enough. So they've got to turn the page. They've got to go back to work, have a great week of practice, and put out a better effort next week.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.